Well, today was a solemn day for law enforcement as they said goodbye to trooper and paramedic Hunter Bennett. He was one of the two men killed in a helicopter crash in Flagstaff earlier this month. 12 News journalist Jade Cunningham joins us now with more on the ceremony today. Sad one. Jade.
Oh, it was incredibly emotional today. It was an emotional service, but it also was filled with so much love as law enforcement from across the state and so many others honored Trooper Bennett. They say the work he did will always be remembered. A celebration for a hero.
He was a teammate, a coworker, a family member, but I had the distinct privilege to call him my brother.
As friends, colleagues, and family,
there are no words sufficient for a loss like this,
said goodbye to Hunter Bennett.
Hunter was not just a protector. He was a son. He was a brother. He was the husband to Brianna and a teammate who represented the very best of all of us.
Bennett was killed February 4th in Flagstaff while helping police respond to a shooting. The helicopter he and pilot Robert Skanke were in crashed, killing both on board.
Renee and I had the honor to speak with an individual named Casey Gonzalez, who was on the radio with Hunter the night of the crash. Casey told us that Hunter saved a lot of lives that night and truly died a hero.
His light was extinguished way too soon, but I know he would have answered that call that night, even knowing the way it would end.
Bennett was described as someone who loved adventure, the outdoors.
Hunter lived with a hero's heart and a free spirit.
Someone who filled each day with purpose.
He would tell anybody that he loved his job, and he would just grin from ear to ear whenever he talked about it.
Bennett's wife, Brianna.
Hunter, you could find beauty in the world in a way no one else could see.
Sharing a final love letter.
Not a second will go by where I won't miss the sound of your laugh over one of my ridiculous comments and the feeling of your arms around me as you held me so tight, and the way one of your smiles could melt away all of my sadness.
About a man so full of life.
You were humble about your own successes, but the biggest cheerleader for everyone else's accomplishments.
A man who she says was and will always be the love of her life.
Hunter, I vowed to live my life the way you did. A life without worry, a life full of selfless giving, and a life dedicated to showing love to all who will cross my path. My love, you are my entire world. You are my everything, the moon of my stars and my entire heart.
As the final salute echoed through the hearts of everyone there.
And it is so hard because Hunter was so incredible.
Bennett's legacy of service, strength, and love will live on, never to be forgotten.
Hunter showed us it's not the number of years that you live, but how you live the number of years that you're given.
I love you, Hunter. I miss you and can't wait for the time when I will see you again. Rest easy, Trooper Bennett. We have the watch from here.
Well, listening to the stories and memories of Trooper Bennett, it is obvious that he was someone who was so incredibly loved and that he loved what he did, protecting and serving communities. And if you would like to donate to the families that were impacted by these two deaths, you can go to aztroopers.org/Ranger56. Troy.